The female CEO was utterly shocked to discover that the younger sister she had raised for 18 years was not related by blood. Her biological sister, however, had been stranded out in the world since childhood and endured nothing but abuse. But no sooner had her real sister been brought home than her adopted sister, relying on their parents' favoritism, tried to drive the real one away. Without a moment's hesitation, the female CEO slapped her adopted sister across the face and threatened her to behave herself from then on. Yet when she turned around, she gently stroked her biological sister's head and told her she could do whatever she wanted from now on. She, as the elder sister, would always have her back no matter what. The parents watched their eldest daughter treat the two younger girls so differently, yet they dared not voice their anger. It was all because her grandfather had groomed her as his successor since she was little. Now, she was the person with the most say in the family besides her grandfather. Precisely because of this, her parents felt both jealousy and fear toward her, and instead showered all their affection on their adopted daughter. As a result, her adopted sister had developed an arrogant and domineering personality since childhood, and was always getting into trouble everywhere she went. But as long as she said a few sweet words to their parents, they would immediately forgive her. This made the female CEO grow even more disgusted with her adopted sister. It was only out of consideration for their 18 years of living together as a family that she had no choice but to clean up her messes time and again. Then came the day when she was informed that during the family's physical examination, they had accidentally found out that her adopted sister was not their biological child. Upon hearing this, a chill ran down the female CEO's spine, because her mother had given birth in a private hospital, and she was the only woman in labor on the entire floor that day. There was absolutely no way a baby mix-up could have happened, so she immediately mobilized all her resources to launch an investigation. An hour later, she retrieved the surveillance footage from 18 years ago. It clearly showed that a nurse had swapped her biological sister with someone else. The female CEO instantly realized that this might be a scheme to seize the family's assets, so she dispatched people to search for her biological sister's whereabouts, while also looking into the nurse's trace. Coincidentally enough, the nurse had been murdered not long before. Fortunately, the female CEO managed to find her biological sister. The girl had been raised by an alcoholic and had suffered constant mistreatment since childhood, which left her with a timid and cowardly personality. When she was first brought home, the whole family looked down on her. But the moment the female CEO laid eyes on her biological sister, she realized a hard truth. All along, it wasn't having a sister that she resented, it was the arrogant and overbearing adopted sister. So the female CEO deliberately threatened her adopted sister to keep her in line, and instead showered all the best things on her biological sister, hoping to make up for all she had lost. This filled the adopted sister with jealousy and hatred. She immediately ran to their parents to stir up trouble between them and the CEO. Enraged by her words, the parents couldn't help but reprimand the female CEO, telling her to put aside the 18 years of family ties and stop treating the two sisters differently. But the female CEO spoke her mind without mincing words. She stated that the baby swap might have been a well-planned conspiracy. She even hinted to her mother that their adopted daughter was the biggest beneficiary of the swap, and might even be one of the people in the know. She then vowed to get to the bottom of the whole thing no matter what. This only fueled the adopted sister's desire to drive the biological sister away for good. So when the female CEO left for a meeting, she gathered a group of servants, grabbed the biological sister, and started tormenting her, hoping to force her to leave the house voluntarily.